Ladies and gents, you beautiful people, I hope you all are having an amazing, beautiful day as always. And in this video, I want to talk about a few tips that I found really helpful, especially after the powerful friends has been nerfed, right? So if you guys do enjoy the video, don't forget to like and subscribe, ladies and gents. There's more content coming to the channel, PvP builds, PvE builds, and some beautiful PvP gameplay. So you don't want to miss that. Right now I'm running, I believe it's intellect and max recovery. Both of them are at max. Yeah, well, this is 124, but this is not going to be like this once I swap to an exotic. But anyway, the fact is that since the powerful friends has been changed, guys, it has been pretty hard to get triple 100 stats, right? I really want to run max recovery, I really want to run max intellect, but the problem is I don't want to have my dodge cooldown at like 3 minutes and 55 seconds because the dodge on a hunter is very, very important, right? If you have been following the channel, you know that the bowmaster, yeah, right here, likes to pierce the skulls with some beautiful bow shots. So after the powerful friends have been nerfed, I was like, how can I get my dodge back very, very fast while I'm using my favorite setup, and that is Oathkeepers and Monarque. By the way, if you haven't seen some beautiful trials gameplays and last guardian standings and all of that with this beautiful bow, I will link it in the description. Trust me, you're not gonna regret it. There's some awesome plays in there. So what I found is if I'm using Monarque, right, and if I use the middle tree on the solar subclass on the gunslinger, which is the blade barrage tree, it actually works with this perk right here. While enemies burn, your dodge ability recharges faster. And that is absolutely insane. I do have a separate video on this one. I will also drop that in the description if you are interested. But what happens is pretty much every time you tag someone, if it's a body shot, if it's a headshot, it doesn't matter. As long as they get poisoned and they're taking poison damage, you're going to be getting your dodge back in 3 seconds, which is amazing in PvP. And for me, this has easily become one of my favorite builds in the game. Like, I can have max recovery, max intellect, or sometimes maybe I want to run max recovery and max discipline. But the fact that I can still get my dodge in like 3 seconds without having mobility at max is just amazing. So this is going to be tip number 1 on the list, okay? If you like to use Monarque, this is your best bet. You're going to have a great time. You will have your dodge up pretty much at all times as long as you just land your shots. Now let's take a look at some of the mods that are going to be very, very helpful. Of course, the first one is going to be traction, guys. Traction is amazing. It doesn't only add like a 5 mobility that you can actually see, but it also adds a plus 10 mobility that is hidden. So that is very helpful. You want to have that on all of your lag pieces pretty much if you're trying to get your dodge back a bit faster than normal. And then you also have perpetuation right here. As you can see, I have 2 of them here. This also helps you to reduce your cooldown on your class ability. It's not like a big difference, but it definitely helps. I would say it's anywhere from like 0.5 seconds to 1 second. So I do like to keep it on the class item at all times. Those 2 mods are very, very helpful. Okay, tip number 2, if you want to get your dodge fast, another great source is you gotta go Arc Strider and you gotta go bottom tree. Now here you have a perk called focus breathing. Sprinting recharges your dodge ability, increased maximum sprint speed, and this actually makes a big difference, guys. When you dodge, as long as you just keep sprinting, your dodge is gonna regenerate way faster than it would without this class, right? And it really makes a difference. I would say anywhere from 3 to 4 seconds, and that's huge when it comes to your dodge ability. Now if you do have your mobility at around 60 or above, and if you have traction and if you have perpetuation, you will pretty much be getting your dodge back as if you had max mobility. I would say maybe a second later, but that's about it. However, let's say you want to get it even way faster, both in PvP or PvE. All you got to do is equip Frosties. Now look at the difference, right? I'm just going to dodge. And look how fast the class ability is regenerating compared to not having Frosties on. This is just amazing. And remember, it also stacks with the bottom tree Arc Strider. So when you combine these 2, you're going to be getting your dodge back in no time. Another great option to increase your sprint speed would be stompies. However, sprint speed doesn't necessarily affect your class ability regeneration, right? So if you're talking about your dodge ability and getting it back as soon as possible, definitely Frosties is way better than Stompies. And ladies and gents, now let's take a look at the best one, the one that is absolutely insane, extremely strong in the sandbox, and overall a great choice, and that would be the Dragon's Shadow. Now the Dragon's Shadow literally brings you up to 100 stats. Like, that's what it is. There's no denying that, and I'm gonna explain how that happens. I have max intellect, I have max recovery, and only 58 mobility. What happens is every time you dodge, you get the perk Wraith Metal Mail, right? Now, not only does it increase your mobility by 5 tiers, ladies and gents, which means that you're getting a plus 50 boost of mobility. In this case, it's gonna be over 100, right? But it also reloads all of your weapons with every dodge and buffs speed and handling. This is just an amazing overall exotic, and in my opinion, currently one of the best exotics in the game. So as long as you are at around 50 mobility and you put on this exotic with every dodge for 10 seconds, you're going to be running around pretty much with max mobility. And since with every dodge you get to max mobility, you're going to be getting your dodge back in 9 to 10 seconds, which means that you can just keep chaining the dodges and you'll stay at max mobility. And another great option to have your dodge up as many times as possible, of course, is going to be the 6 Coyote. Now this in general is a great exotic, and it's way too much fun. It's really good for confusing people in PvP. Like, nobody expects a double dodge, especially when they're close to you. And I've had so many funny moments with this exotic in PvP where people are just aiming nowhere. I dodge to one side, then the other, and they're like, what is happening? They get extremely confused, and it's super fun. Now, even though this doesn't straight up increase your mobility, what happens is if you combine it with the bottom tree arc strider, as we went over, you'll be getting your dodge back fast, and then you have 2 of them, so you shouldn't really have issues and you shouldn't really be missing your dodge. It's gonna be there as many times as possible. You have 2, you combine it with the bottom tree arc strider, and yeah, it's a great combination. Keep in mind, guys, even though Powerful Friends is nerfed, always try to keep it on 1 armor piece, right? Because it's just a free plus 20 mobility, and there's literally no reason not to have this. Yes, you do sacrifice maybe 1 enhanced mod, but honestly, I think it's worth it. Like, plus 20 mobility on a hunter is like 2 tiers, right, on your class ability, and you don't want to miss on that. This is a great mod, even though it got nerfed. Okay, so there you have it, guys. I hope you find this video helpful. For all of you bow users out there, if you love Monarque, you have a perfect one with the middle tree blade barrage. You can tag someone, get your dodge back in like 3 seconds, which is just insane. If you're looking for something else, Frosties in combination with the bottom tree arc strider is just an amazing combination. You'll be getting your dodge back really fast. Don't forget traction, don't forget perpetuation. But if you're looking to take all of this to that next level, then your best bet is definitely the Dragon's Shadow. Now you guys know a few tricks to get your class ability back as soon as possible, even with the Powerful Friends mod nerf. And honestly, guys, the best part about all of these setups is that it gives you the ability to have 2 stats at max, right? And then even though your mobility isn't at max, you can still have your dodge back very fast. And that's amazing because that way you don't have to sacrifice 1 stat being at max just for the dodge ability. You can have 2 others at max. So for me, this is perfect. Also, make sure to let me know in the comments, guys, if there's any other tips and tricks you guys use to get your dodge back extremely fast, so we can have fun pretty much with the same effects as 100 stats like we used to in the good old days. What was that? Bungie can keep nerfing our mods, but we will always find our way to 100 stats? I know, man. That's what I'm saying. Make sure to like and subscribe, guys. There's more beautiful content coming to the channel. We're talking PvP builds, PvE builds, some beautiful PvP gameplays, and there are some more awesome plans for the channel in the future. So I hope you guys join me on this amazing journey. It honestly has been a blast. This is like a dream come true, and from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank you guys once again for all the amazing support. I appreciate every single one of you, and as always, have a crazy beautiful day. Take that orb. He's dead. He's also gonna die. Okay.